this week, Tough as Nails was headed out to the farm. This is always, well, always as in the second time, that I've really enjoyed this style of episode on Tough as Nails because farming is my background. That's what I grew up doing. Still work farm adjacent, anyways. I'm not out in the field every day or anything like that. But, this is one of the reasons why I think a lot of people really like this show because there's going to be something in this show that you can connect with. And for me, it's the farming episode. I grew up around cows my whole life, still am around cows, and I like seeing this. It gives me that connection and makes me more interested in the show. But anyways, enough about me. Let's hop into tonight's episode. So as I said, we're out on the farm and our team challenge is all about working as a team to stack bales from a field into a barn. And really, this all came down to one mistake by Savage Crew where the team split up. They lost time and could not recover afterwards. It looked like they were the faster team. It looked like they were catching up at the end, but, they split the team up and ended up with Scott and Merrill standing around doing nothing because there was nothing for them to do. And ultimately, that cost them this challenge. So Dirty Hands wins and ties our team challenge back up to 2. A little bit different in the individual challenge this week. We were paired off into teams. If you remember last season on the farm challenge, our teams got paired off into 2s as well to do some irrigation challenges, but this time it was all about herding sheep. And I'm just going to throw this out there before you think like, God, this looks like an impossible job. I think nearly every sheep farm in North America would have at least one sheepdog that would vastly simplify this process. The dog is worth probably about 10 humans when it comes to herding animals. So, a little bit unfair for our untrained, unseasoned, tough as nails competitors to have to dive in and really chase after sheep. At times it was a little bit painful. They had to eventually work together from the pairs. Had to work with the other pairs just to get things going in the right direction. Ultimately, I believe Zeus and Arida were the winners here, and Angel and Freight Train land in the bottom. There was a lot of mixed emotions around this because Scott won the individual last week, and he was the one who picked the pairs for this competition and even said, I'm putting Angel and Freight Train together because I think that they could end up landing in the bottom, and they're both contenders to win this thing. So, Scott made a very calculated, very directed decision, and then it ended up happening, and he was having a little bit of regret and remorse about making that decision. So Angel and Freight Train, they go to overtime, and this one I did not see coming. They had to forge two horseshoes, and I was really not expecting this kind of challenge. It seems fairly technical, and I don't think many people out there have done much forging. I think it's a pretty rare thing for someone to have done. I've definitely never been anywhere near a forge, never had to make or change or do anything with a horseshoe in my life, and it looked challenging. Freight Train, he took a very slow, methodical approach, and it was the right one. We could see the emotion and how torn he felt about knocking Angel out of the competition because, he said Angel, he knows Angel needs this. Angel needs this more than him. But at the end of the day, freight train, he's got to think about his family. So he tacks up that second horseshoe before Angel even finished his first. There were some tears shed. You could see it was emotional for the contestants watching as well as the contestants who were competing. And Angel is our third competitor to have to punch out. So that's it for this week. I very much enjoyed this episode, and I'll be back again next week to recap all the action. So until then, we'll see you later.